On this episode of On the Rail, get to know trainer Jordan Bullock. We recap the top racing moments of 2023, learn about the job of an exercise rider. Jessica talks with actor Bobby Montano and his wish to be small. Plus, we'll profile another warhorse and look back at the milestone moments of the year. On the Rail starts now.
Welcome to On the Rail. I'm Jessica Paquette, the track announcer here at Parks, joined by the PTHA Zone, Chris Griffin. And we have an exciting show coming up ahead.
Yeah, it's a really fantastic show, and happy holidays to everybody out there. You know, just got a chance to see the Smarty Jones traditional episode on Let's Go Racing, always bringing the holiday season. And when it gets to this time of the year, it's the end of the racing season, and that's Caretakers Day. And so we had a great event out here on the backside. Our great friends at Penn Horse Racing, they were out here. They had the hoodies, the gloves, keeping everybody warm because they work around these horses 365 days out of the year.
Well, taking care of horses is a day in, day out sort of activity, and these men and women work so hard to keep our equine athletes healthy and happy. No days off, no holidays, wind, snow, a little bit of everything, and they do a great job here.
Yeah, and with the Caretakers Day, being able to grab a new hoodie and grab some gloves, that's going to keep them warm through these winter months, and they got to make sure those horses are ready to go for some of their top performances on the racetrack, and I think we've got some of those from 2023.
We are looking back at some of the most memorable races throughout the year here at Parks. We're excited to share those with you throughout the show.
Let's see those top racing moments in 2023.
They're going to take the Gallon Bob. Damon's Mound wins over Nautical Star, followed by So Living Magic with her ears pricked at the wire, breaks her maiden in style. Riding with Biden says, see you in September. Puts his nose in front. Repo rocks 2 stakes wins in a row.
Really tough to pick those top racing moments, and I have a feeling that was just a few of them. There's got to be more than that.
There are a few more still to come, some exciting moments throughout the year here at Parks, and some things coming right up ahead.
Yeah, let's switch gears for a minute, actually. And you had a chance to get an interview on the backside, and you had a chance to talk to trainer Jordan Bullock, right?
Everyone has an interesting road to the racetrack, and I'm really looking forward to sharing those stories as we continue this show. So enjoy this interview with Jordan Bullock.
Hi everyone, Jessica Paquette, joined here with trainer Jordan Bullock. Now tell me how you made your way to the racetrack.
I originally started out, I'm from Philadelphia. I grew up riding horses in Philadelphia. My father and aunt had a boarding stable. I always had a dream of being a horse trainer to some capacity, and I was riding reining horses and cutting horses. And, you know, we were always dabbling in the horse racing. We were messing around with quarter horses, and we were running at like the little off tracks they had. And you know, we just decided, you know, we would take a chance. My cousin and I started just sneaking in the racetrack back when you could. And I got my first job with Harold Wiley and moved to Don White, and they were in the same barn. Don White kind of took me under his wing and just kind of took me through all the steps, all the places I traveled. I stayed in the back of the trucks. I did all of that. And I told him I wanted to be a trainer, and he kind of gave me the tools that I needed. And I took the test, and about 3 years after being here, I got the license. But I still worked for him for a few more years before actually going out on my own.
And when was your first win?
My first win was in 2000 and I believe 18. It was a horse, La Candelita, which was a horse that I bought off of the purchase of a horse. I sold a horse, made a lot of money. I ended up buying her, and she was about 14-3, 15 hands. I thought that people cheated me because I bought her sight unseen on the internet, and she just ended up being an amazing horse and giving me my first win here at Parks.
Now, with the background in cutting and reining horses, what have you learned from those kind of horses that translates into training thoroughbreds?
Conditioning a horse is pretty much the same. Fitness is key. So the only difference is that with my horses, I do like them to have a little bit more handle or control. I think that's good for, you know, when it's time to switch leads in races, safety, And if you're able to rate the horse, so sometimes they lose their momentum, but if you're able to kind of have a rate with them, they don't have a problem slowing down and then speeding up. So I try to incorporate that into our training program.
And what do you think of thoroughbreds in Western disciplines? We're seeing more and more off-the-track thoroughbreds succeed as barrel horses and even some cutting horses. Do you think that they have a place in the Western world too?
Oh, absolutely. I've taken a horse from Turning for Home at the recommendation of Danielle Montgomery, and my daughter and I shared that horse. We did every Western discipline, and he ended up winning money as a ranch sorting horse, so he sorted cattle. I roped off of him, and he was a horse that was a part of the Turning for Home program.
They are amazing athletes in any discipline. And what have horses taught you over the years from your early days to now?
Patience is the biggest thing, which I think most people would say, and self-confidence. It took me a while to believe that what I was doing was going to work, because you grow up around a lot of legends and you look up to a lot of people, and a lot of people have a lot to say. So they really taught me to trust myself. That was the biggest thing.
Trust yourself and trust the horse. I'm Jessica Paquette, and this is Jordan Bullock.
Great job as always on the backstretch there with trainer Jordan Bullock, and you were right, just an incredibly interesting story.
Very interesting story. Now, don't go anywhere. We have a quick break coming up, but before we do, let's test your trivia knowledge with some questions.
This is Parks.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you win. This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parks, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
When you open the Bet Parks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. Bet Parks.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, did you get that trivia answer correct?
I know I didn't get that answer right, but every week you get a chance to do the Inside Track, and this week on the Inside Track, you got a chance to catch up with the exercise riders. One of them, Juan Martinez, our guy from Mitch Cuts. We always had a chance. We had a chance on the show right here with Mitch Cuts, so let's check out the exercise riders on the Inside Track.
Hi, everyone. Jessica Paquette joined here with Ben Lawless, and we're going to take a look at an important part of behind the scenes on the racetrack, an exercise rider. Now, Ben, how long have you been riding?
I've been riding for a couple of years. I started down in the Carolinas with a guy named Randy Rance. Took me under his wing, put me on as many horses as I wanted to ride, and we just go from there.
Did you have any experience with horses prior to deciding to learn to exercise ride?
Not really. I mean, I played around with them on the ground and stuff, but it wasn't until I went down south and started messing with the young horses that I really started to get a feel for it.
Now, what made you want to gallop horses?
I always loved race horses. I loved the game, loved the horses, and I got too big to be a jockey, and galloping was the second best thing.
What's your favorite part about exercise riding?
I just love riding every day, get up, come to the barn, get to be on these beautiful animals, and get to see them develop, come up from the farm, and you know, they come up, they don't know what they're doing. They start to become young athletes, and you get them approved for the gates, ready for the first race is something special.
Now, do you have a favorite horse in all your years of galloping?
I've had a lot. We've had some nice ones with Coletti here. The one that really comes to mind was in the Carolinas named Gunfire Gal. She's with John Service. Just a really nice, classy filly, and it's fun to see her grow up, and I wish everybody the best of luck with her.
Joined here with trainer Ed Coletti. Now, Ed, tell me about the role of an exercise rider in your operation.
Daily basis, they come in, they set their tack for the morning. We have our sets all lined up so they know what they're doing as they go through the day. You like guys that are quiet, that get the horses around there safely and make them switch leads. The babies, we got a lot of young horses, so they need to know how to switch their leads, when to switch their leads. And these guys do a good job.
And is there anything in particular that you look for otherwise?
Just the horse's demeanor and how they're focusing on if they're on the bit, if they're off in the morning or whatever. My riders are good because they take a turn around the shed row. They say, hey, listen, boss, we don't like the way this one's going. And then we just take the tack off and evaluate them and go on to the next one.
This is Teresa Hagemeyer, an assistant to John Service. Now, you've ridden yourself. What do you look for in an exercise rider?
Hands. Hands are very important. I don't want to see a rider jerking them and hurting their mouth. It's very important.
Now, you've spoken that it's important for them to get along with the horses. And how do you see that?
If I see a rider jerking them, kicking them, being rough with them, and I can tell they're not meshing, right away I change the rider to a different horse to see if another rider might get along with them better.
So part of your job really is equine matchmaking.
Yes, very much so.
Joined here with Juan Martinez and Francisco Martinez, two brothers who gallop for John Service. Now, Juan, how long have you been riding?
2.5 years.
What made you want to start?
Something I always wanted to do as a kid, but my parents never really wanted to let me, so I started sneaking off to the farm, learned how to do it. Within a month, I was already here.
And Francisco, how about you?
I was just on and off in the shed row. I always wanted to do it, but never got the chance to. Nobody ever gave me the opportunity. Finally got the chance, and I took the opportunity, and here I am 2 years later with John, doing everything for him, breezing, 2-minute lick and everything for him. So guess I'm on a good road.
What's your favorite part about it?
Just getting up and just thinking about the horse I'm getting on this morning. That's it.
Now, Juan, what kind of horses do you like to ride?
I like the crazy ones. I like the ones that make your adrenaline run. It's always a fun time with those.
Francisco, how about you? What kind of horses do you like?
I like my classy ones. I like to get on crazy ones too, here and there, but mostly classy. They show you more, tend to teach you more, and you just go along for the ride.
Do you have a favorite horse that you've galloped?
Oh yeah, Secret Alliance. Milton the Monster, I used to get on him too, but Secret Alliance, that's my main ride horse. Taught me everything, basically, how to hold him, how to treat him, how to take care of a horse, basically, out there.
And Juan, how about you? Do you have a favorite?
Circle of Madden, definitely one of my favorites. Tough horse to ride in the mornings, very lazy, but gets you going and teaches you a lot about patience, with something you really need with the horses here. So.
Well, horses, they are the great teacher. I'm Jessica Paquette. This is Juan Martinez, Francisco Martinez, and we are in the John Service Barn, and this is the Inside Track. Exercise riders play such an important role on the racetrack, and one of my favorite parts about these Inside Track segments is I get the opportunity to spotlight all of the different jobs on the racetrack.
Yeah, and we're going to get off the racetrack, actually. We're going to head to Malvern. The People's Light Theater in Malvern has a show running from January 10th to February 4th, and you got a chance to have a Zoom call, actually, with the creator of the play, correct?
I did, and the play is called Small. It's about a man who wanted to be a jockey, and as in life, things don't always work out just how you had planned, but we're really excited to share this with you and enjoy the show. Joined here with Bobby Montano, and you have an exciting thing coming up right here in Pennsylvania. Tell us a little bit about Small.
Well, Small is a project that I veered away from for a very long time. I've been pressed constantly to write my story. When I was a professional jockey, I was doing a play at the Actors Theater of Louisville. The artistic director, John Jury, had prompted me to write about it, because he said, you always seem to put something as an homage in your bio in the playbill about the racetrack, and he said you should write something about it. I was like, yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure if it'd be interesting to other people. And he said, well, let me ask you a couple of questions. And I said, sure. He said, you know, how many races have you won? I was like, oh God, might as well just stab me and just turn it. You know, I said 0. How many races have you rode in? And I said, well, I rode 7 races. And he said, and how long did it take, you know, in that process? You know, I was like, well, several months, you know, to a year. And he said, well, how many races can a jockey ride in a day? And I said, well, with a good agent, you could ride 9 races. And he said, wait a minute, a jockey could ride 9 races in one day. You rode 7 races in several months. What were you doing in between that? And I said, praying to God to stay small and keeping my weight down. And he said, that's your story. And I thought, yeah, this is more of a Rocky story, you know, on the racetrack. So that's how Small came about.
I was the smallest kid in my 7th grade class who constantly got his ass kicked because of my size.
What things did you learn while you were a jockey that you've kind of taken into these next phases of your life?
The discipline and not being afraid to work hard. And it's probably why I got further along in the world of show business, able to, you know, implement, you know, that structure of working hard and putting my nose to the grindstone and getting to it. You know, there was so much to learn about show business that I did not know. I had to really, really work hard at it. That and modern dance, and then later on jazz and tap, and then singing and then acting. I mean, it was just a whole lot that I was happy to learn, but it was work.
Now, for folks that want to come see your story, where can they do that here in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, well, they can come to the People's Light Theater. I got to do a Small in Saratoga this past summer. People there just accepted the piece. They stood and they cried and they clapped and they laughed. And, you know, I kind of like just had that moment of like, who, you know, after the show, because racetrackers, they'll tell you the truth.
Well, I'm really looking forward to coming out and seeing the show as well. Folks, join us. Come see Small in People's Light Theater in Malvern. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Wow, some people just wanted to be tall. Bobby just wanted to be small. Looks like a wonderful production, and hope everybody can make it out to Malvern to see it.
I'm really looking forward to getting out to see it myself. In the meantime, let's take a look back at some more memorable racing moments. But it's a coronation for Saudi Crown in the Pennsylvania Derby. Ceiling finish, Ceiling Crusher breaks through. In gear, but Aoife's Magic takes the Imply Stakes. Now she's 2 for 2. The Notice of Action and Andy Hernandez to take the Prince Lucky Stakes.
More great moments there from 2023. I feel like there's still got to be a few more, though.
Don't worry, we have a few more left to come.
All right, we'll see what happens there. But it's the holiday season. What's your favorite holiday song?
Well, I'm a pop punk fan, so Newfound Glory, one of my favorite bands, they have an album of holiday covers, which I'll be listening to on repeat from now until about December 25th. But you had the chance to catch up with our horsemen and women and find out some of their favorite holiday music. Check it out.
Nat King Cole sing the Christmas song.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer, definitely.
Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas.
All right. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
What happened to be Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Everyone loves Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Jingle bells and White Christmas.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Dominic the Donkey. What?
I mean, All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey.
Jingle bells. Jingle bells.
Come on.
My favorite holiday song is Oh Holy Night.
Angels We Have Heard on High.
Jingle bells for me for Christmas. It's nothing like it. My grandmother.
I would have to say
When you open the BetParks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the confidence and underdogs covering, the tension before a clutch turnover, and the pride of a parlay paying off. It's another chance to win big with all-day action. Plus, win your first $10 bet and get $125 in sports bonus bets. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. BetParks. Open the BetParks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the energy of being all in, the passion of a perfect parlay, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's another opportunity to win big every day of the week. Sign up for BetParks and get a welcome offer today. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. BetParks.
Welcome back, and one of my favorite segments each week here at Parks is we highlight some of the war horses here at Parks. We do this every Wednesday, War Horse Wednesday. We're excited to share this one with you.
Yeah, I know these are some of your favorite horses on the backside here, those great war horses. And trainer Tim Smiley's got one named Roan Mountain. So let's check out this segment, War Horse Wednesday with Roan Mountain.
Hi everyone, Jessica Paquette, joined here with trainer Tim Smiley and Roan Mountain. This week's War Horse Wednesday. Roan Mountain just getting better as he gets older, and you had your eye on him for quite some time at the Claim Box.
Yeah. Actually, I tried to claim him back in November 21, and I got out sugars about a 4-way shake, and Danny Velasquez got him. And I thought, well, maybe the next time I'll get him along the line. And Danny kept running him in the starts, and he was running really well, so I understood that he wasn't dropping him down. And then I kind of forgot about him. And in February of this year, a year and a half later, I had a filly in the first race that I lost, and I kind of just moseyed through the program to see if there's anything worth looking at. And sure enough, he was in there. First start back from Florida, and he hadn't run that well in Florida. So he was in for 10. I said, you know what, maybe I'll finally get Roan Mountain. So I shook with Roger Brown. It was just the two of us, and I got him. And 3 races later, here he is.
Here he is, and he's a horse that on the track, he warms up like an old professional, just very happy, very calm, very quiet. Is he like that all the time in the stall and in the barn?
Well, he does show a lot of class. I mean, when Jeremy Laprida, who rides him for me, first worked him and got on him for me, he said, this horse has a lot of class. He's a Disney horse, so he was bred to be a nice horse. But he does get a little nervous in the stall. He's just kind of anxious. He stall walks, which always is concerning, but it doesn't seem to be affecting his ability. I mean, when it's game day, he shows up. I normally give him 3 days off, so with Sunday being the 4th day, I give him the 4th day, and today I should have given him a little tranquilizer probably, but he was really, really happy this morning, so it's good. He comes out of the race good. Real well.
Looking forward to seeing him again. Roan Mountain, Tim Smiley, I'm Jessica Paquette, and it's War Horse Wednesday.
Very interesting there. Great to see a great war horse like Roan Mountain.
He is definitely one of my favorites, and speaking of favorites, we have a few more memorable moments for you from this year at Parks. Nisi Marie wins the Mrs. Penny Stakes. Il Miracolo gets it done in the Smarty Jones Stakes. In front, Capo wins the Pennsylvania Nursery Stakes.
and Froggy Knight wins the Catherine Sophia Stakes.
Just so many great moments, and it was just fun to relive those here from 2023.
It's been a great year. There have also been a lot of milestones here at Parks this year, and we get the job of being in front of the camera, but there are some folks behind the camera that make us look awfully good and awfully smart. Brandon Shensky, a member of our production team, took it upon himself to compile throughout the year some major milestone moments. He also had a milestone of his own. He just recently got married, so congratulations to a member of our own family here at Parks, and enjoy these milestone moments.
Great job, Ironman Brandon. Lots of great milestones in 2023, and I think Brandon needs to start editing now because 2024 is jam-packed, lots of great milestones coming up.
There are some big things coming up in 2024. The track will celebrate its 50th anniversary. It's also the 20th anniversary of the Pride of Pennsylvania, Smarty Jones, his epic Triple Crown pursuit. And in the meantime, mark your calendars, Saturday, January 27th. We are back with another On the Rail. And in the meantime, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.